Hi, this is Corina Angela, and this is Trine Healing, Connect to Your Soul Self. Thanks if you're new here, welcome. Welcome to my channel. And yeah, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. And if you are interested in having a session, the link is in the description, okay? And you can find out more about that, okay? I'm just gonna deep dive into health and how do we ascertain our optimum health? Okay, and I'll just share how I work is, you know, I'm receiving, but then also I interweave a lot of my experiences on this path because that's how I learn. I never believe it until I actually integrate it or go through it or understand it. I'm not one to just grab out of the air and go, okay, you know. And I think that's where, you know, my left and my right brain just kind of go, okay. And that's how I work. And I guess it's good for me. It feels good. So yeah, that's how I work. Anyway, let's talk about health because anybody can say, yeah, oh, let's do this, and this, right? For those of us that have gone through major health issues, let's say, right? And we have found a miraculous way to heal our bodies, which we all have that ability, right? And we but we get to believe in that based on results, right? So as we are on this beautiful path we call life, if you want to call it awakening, I'm still awakening. I awaken every day, right? It never ends. It just, you know, gets better and better. It does. And you learn more and more as you go. And it's exciting. It's super exciting. But how do we get back to our health, right? How do we connect in with our soul self and want and desire optimum health, right? So that's the core, right? So if we have a dis-ease within our bodies, let's say, right? It's an imbalance, disharmony, right? It's our body is not fluid, right? It's not free flowing as it should in optimum health, right? Our circulation is off, our you know, our whatever it is. It could be a myriad of health related issues, right? But when we get into the core, it's always core related, always core related. And when I work with clients and all of that, that's exactly how I work. We work. Edgar just comes in and goes, okay. It's fascinating. But there's always a core. It always stems from a core, right? And I'll share my health, and this is why I know this is why when sorry, receive when we have an issue and we course correct it, let's say, right? And this is anything, I mean, health, career, whatever it is, right? Relationships. When we find something that works, we work diligently, obviously, on ourselves first, right? First and foremost, we commit to ourselves, right? Because we are in pain, because we don't want to feel that way anymore, right? We take ownership of what's transpiring, right? What's happening in our lives right here, right now. We become very mindful. We become very, very present. with our situation that we seem to be in, right? And we acknowledge it. And if the ego comes in, we just put it aside and we roll up our sleeves and we dive in, right? And we find our answers. We don't look outside for the answers. We look here because our answers are always right here. Right? When I was 28, I went through a huge scare, and that's what it was. And I was in a very good place, I thought, in my life, you know, a new relationship, you know, things were going well with my career, spiritually, took a little hiatus, right? All of those things. And I went to the doctors and, yeah, they basically told me that I was for stage 4 precancerous cells in my body. And they said, you know, it's they're multiplying, they're, you know, it's not looking good. And I remember receiving the information and I did not allow it in my body. Because I did not believe it. I really didn't. And I just remember a deer in the headlights. You know, that's how I was like, really? You know, and my doctor assured me, yes, you know, oh, we need to do this, this, and this, and this, blah, 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 right? Still, and it was like, you know, the Charlie Brown teacher, that's all I heard. Like, what? Right? But what was transpiring, right? What was my belief, right? So that's where I knew something was just there, something was off, right? Or on. But I knew something just didn't register of the information that I was receiving, right? I did not believe it. And I didn't allow it in my body, right? But then I thought, well, the tests say this and the tests say that, right? Right? So proof was here. Although it was almost like I didn't allow it in my body, right? Right? So what did I do? I left the office. I went home. I cried like a baby. I sat on the couch. I laid on the couch for about a week. I didn't go to work. I cried every day. Woe is me. Oh my gosh. Bop, 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 right? Spiral, 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 spiral. Down, 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 right? Did all the things. Okay. Did I believe it still? No, I was doing the pity party for myself. I was like, I'm gonna just, right? I'm not going to work. I'm just gonna lay here, poor me, right? And rightfully so. I really, really got into it. And my eyes are puffy, and towards the end of the week, I'm laying there and just kind of shaking my head like, no, this is no, right? And I hear, are you done yet? So then my guides come in, and mind you, I've known of my guides and been with my guides for a very, very long time, since I was a little girl. And they're like, okay, you done? You done? Are you done yet? No, patiently waiting for me to get off the couch and you know, do something else perhaps, right? And so I wipe my tears. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm done. I'm so done. I want to get off this couch. I don't want to be in this place anymore, right? I chose to not be in that place anymore. And I was done, right? And all of a sudden they gave me this beautiful exercise, let's say. And unbeknownst to me, I didn't really understand that it was an exercise, but later on I'm like, oh. And I just remember visually receiving these these beautiful waves. It was just like these beautiful waves of, I guess, energy, right? And all of a sudden I saw within every morsel, every fiber of my being within my body, my cells were really big and they were happy faces. So my cells basically had 2 eyes, a nose, and a big mouth. And it was throughout my entire body that I felt it and saw it. And then after that transpired, and I mean, it took maybe not even 5 minutes. It was just so fast and furious, right? My thoughts were gone of not thinking about the results, thinking about my doctor appointments that I had in the past. Zero thoughts. I didn't even think about future. Oh, I have to go back in a couple months and take all the tests again, right? And I canceled my appointments that I had next week and the next week because they wanted to do all of these other tests, right? And I concentrated on the future and what that would look like. But, no appointments, no doctor appointments. But I released and literally let go of all of the thoughts of remembering what transpired in the doctor's office, right? And that was it. That was it. And moving forward, I went back to work. I was out for a week, but didn't speak of it. Didn't tell. I barely told anybody. I believe I told a few people in my family. Never revisited it. Never talked about it. Why did I not talk about it? Because I didn't think about it. Right? So all of a sudden, things just completely started shifting, and the cells, my happy face cells, come flooding in again. And that was it, and I just went on my way. Right? I went on in my life, and I could feel things, shifting in my body. I didn't quite understand at the time what was transpiring. And then I was getting calls of you missed your appointment, but don't need my appointment, just don't need it. And then I heard, go to your 3rd month appointment because that was very important. So I went in, and sure enough, they ran, all the tests, and they determined that there was nothing there. It was gone. There was no abnormal, then they call abnormal cells, right? And then I went, okay, all right, thank you. And again, went on my way. So looking back, that was a very interesting time. And for me to experience it, that was the whole experience of it all, to really focus in on what I needed to do. And it was very clear what I needed to do. But I had to make that choice, right? So I share that with you here and now because we all have that choice. We have that choice every moment of the day, right? To listen to our bodies, to listen to our guides if we are working with our guides, to listen to positive people that are around us and believe in our optimum health. We have that choice to understand our optimum being, our amazing body, and what it can do. We have the choice to have optimum health for ourselves. And it's, what is it? It's listening, it's being present, being mindful, and claiming our optimum health and moving forward with our optimum health. Same thing, and it's never come back, nothing. It was just like, because I don't think about it, right? Same thing with having children. I had 4 boys. And I remember just almost not even, it was like recalibrating. I'm going to get really big. Because at some point I was really heavy. I was very, very overweight. And I lost 50 pounds in 6 months. Another transformation. It was like, it's like one after the other. It comes in threes. But I remember I was petrified of getting pregnant and getting big. And I went in, recalibrated, right? And was very mindful of what I was eating. I was taking care of my body. But more importantly, I was taking care of the beautiful child that was growing, right? So I shifted and thought the thoughts of, I'm not going to gain excessive weight, and only the weight that would allow my body to be comfortable in, right? So I gained 33 pounds, between 33 and 35 pounds for all 4 pregnancies. And they were all natural, and I lost the weight immediately afterwards. It didn't take me a long time to lose the weight. So our bodies are miraculous. And if we can focus in on ourselves and connect to our true soul self, I believe we can have our optimum health. We can, and we get to choose. I'm going to leave you with that. There's a lot of information here, so I was like, but how important is your optimum health to you? Do you truly want it? Do you truly desire optimum health? At Trine Healing here, it's just, that's the core focus of connecting to your soul self and committing to yourself of, what do you want? What do you truly want? Do you truly want optimum health? And you get to choose. So I think that's the most brilliant piece. All right, I'll leave you with that. But thank you again. Thank you for listening. And until the next video. All right. Bye for now.